Hello and welcome to the Loose Butthole Reviews. I am your host Smokey, and joining with me as always is my co-host Spooge.
Hello.
And before we get into the movie proper, as always, we have to go over our rules. The first rule is rating can only be a 5 out of 5, 1 being we hate it, 5 being we love it. Our second rule is we can only give a Jeff Goldblum if the film makes us say we want our money back. And the third and final rule is we can only give a God tier if we both agree that it deserves a 6 out of 5.
Mm-hmm.
And today we are reviewing The Mummy from 1999. And we can already give our ratings. Mine will be a 4 out of 5.
And mine will be a 3 out of 5.
Alright, this is just an average film for you, and I kind of like this film. I do like this film. I was teetering between 3.5 and 4, but just how Kevin O'Connor, but it's not a very particularly safe aged well character, but just Benny's character, just he sells it.
Yes. Yeah, he's real fun. And I was trying to, was it like, did he go back in at the end because of he thought about karma? He was like actually trying to help them.
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, that's why he goes back in, is to help him. I could
Which the irony is that he put them in more danger going back in. He could have just left with the cold and it would have been better.
It would have been better for everybody, but nope. But he might have been greedy and just going back. Who knows with Benny? Benny's a hard character to read.
True.
And also, we got Brandon Fraser is in this. He's
great. Yeah, he's great in it.
I definitely realized they typecast Brandon Fraser in this era.
They definitely did, and usually I hate this type of character, but like he really sells it. He's charismatic enough for it.
Yeah, Ben Fraser just has enough charisma to sells it. Just enough. Yeah, he doesn't seem too unnatural. He actually seems like an everyday man.
He has the perfect balance of badass and goof.
Not just that, but he also reacts naturally more often than a badass or a goof 'em up would.
Yeah,
you know?
I used to not like him at all. I used to really I remember I really used to like just kind of bother me for some reason, like younger, But I appreciate him a lot more now.
Oh yeah, definitely. He's kind of grown on me. Of course, we have to mention his meme status. Kind of helps with that. Oh,
I used to kind of put him up there, kind of with like not fully hating him, but kind of having the same feelings about him and like Nathan Fillion,
Yeah. Brandon Fraser was always the actor that I felt like I didn't hate him, but anytime he was in anything, I always knew what kind of film it was going to be. Now
we gotta watch. Now I gotta put Monkey Bone on the list. Oh shit. George of the Jungle too. That's on Disney, so that we won't be able to get to that for a while.
It's not finished yet, but we will have to pick up Doom Patrol. We will have to pick it up because he's phenomenal in that.
And I've seen the End of the Whale a bunch.
Who plays the lead? I can't remember her name.
The lead female in this. Yeah, I'm not familiar with the actress.
Like I know she's been in other, like I've seen her in other stuff. It's just I hate to say it, but in this one in particular, she's literally just the damsel. Like,
yeah,
they tried to shoehorn in the fact that she's the only one that can read the books, but don't they establish her brother can also?
Yeah, he was reading it.
Yeah, so that doesn't really add up, even though they do have to give her brother some fucking use, even though he really...
Yeah, they should have had her. It would have made more sense if she grabbed the book and then commanded them.
Yeah,
I mean, like the mummy chick was after her too. It would have made better sense. But they had to use it wouldn't have made sense. Like, he didn't even really need Jonathan to do anything. His role was just kind of like third wheel, kind of semi asshole.
Yeah, the bumbling idiot. I know in the cartoon that he's like Imhotep's like lapdog for some reason in the cartoon. Like he's roped into them for some reason.
Oh yeah, I think yeah. I don't know. I watched that. I know he kind of played both sides. I think maybe.
Yeah, no, I know that he was like kind of like a double agent type deal going on, but that the cartoon this leads into is fucking terrible.
But I like that they use even the main fucking Imhotep or whatever.
Yeah, it's just Imhotep in the cartoon. Like if I'm not mistaken, the second movie and the first and the third movie aren't canon in the cartoon. I could be wrong on that, but I have a feeling that's what it is. Like the cartoon is in a separate continuity than the rest of the series.
I think it's somewhat kind of in the middle of it too, but also not.
Maybe. I just don't remember. Did they ever have a son in the second movie?
I don't think so. Unless that was like unless I know he was, because he'd call Jonathan uncle, I'm pretty sure, right?
Yeah, he'd call Jonathan uncle.
But I don't know if
I know
if there's like if they just like put in like a third sibling and just made him like also.
No, they don't. In the cartoon, I know this ain't talking about the movie, but in the cartoon, it's definitely their son.
Mm-hmm.
But
it makes sense for the time that they would have had to make them married.
Yeah, but to keep on with this, what's the dude with the tattoos on his face? I can't ever remember his name. He was also.
Yeah, he was cool. He was. Yeah.
He played his role. What do you think of the villain, Imhotep? What do you think of the actor of the villain?
I liked all the CG stretchy faces he made.
They did not do the
great.
The effects. I will have to say the effects did not age. Nostalgia really shaded this with rose tinted glasses for me. Like
I want one
well.
of the scenes of him just like roaring when he's like controlling the sand, but I want an edited thing in of like the Disturbed. Oh,
yes.
It looks like the Disturbed.
I wouldn't be surprised if that was already a thing. Has to be.
Anytime I saw him, though, I was thinking Disturbed.
And what else can we talk about? What else?
I mean, fun romp. It's corny. It's corny fun. I think. I mean, I think the music used well, but I wouldn't say it's like anything.
I would say the score fit its purpose because to me the score is forgettable. There's like nothing memorable here.
Yeah,
it seems like generic,
purpose, but it's nothing. Yeah, it's pretty generic. It's like it's still kind of popping off of. Like,
I hate to say
Jones
it, but it's
movie,
your Yeah, not just that, but it's your genetic desert score. It's just what you're gonna hear when the setting is a desert. And I will say that even though this is more a personal gripe, God, do I fucking hate when things are set in the desert because the color palette is so goddamn bland.
Yeah, you're gonna get light brown and brown.
You're gonna get browns. You're gonna get yellow. You're gonna get yellow too. You're gonna get gold.
Yellow,
and on very, very important stuff, you're gonna get blue, and it's not gonna last long whatsoever. The blue's gonna be there real quick. It's gonna be on like a scarab or something that's super sacred, that holds some importance, and then once that scarab is used, it's gonna disintegrate, and that's it. Or some random ass ghost chariot comes out of fucking nowhere because they read from that book. It had to be blue.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, of course, like, most movies of this time, a little bit of dated effects.
Oh man, the effects definitely. Most of the time, I felt one time that the sand totally they stole the effects from this movie and just dubbed them for the Sandman. Because that was Sandman's face. I was like, oh definitely. Man, they definitely Universal definitely reused that effect.
Mm-hmm. They definitely did. And that was later too.
Oh yeah, that was much later. They that's what they thought. They thought they'd slip it by us, but nope.
Nope.
I was like, that's way too fucking familiar looking.
What else to say?
I
funny.
Sometimes I felt like we were playing like they were trying to. Again, I feel this is gonna be a lot of movies from this era. I feel they were saving this to try to have it be more adaptable into a video game, because it's so set up to be like, oh, here's the tutorial section. Oh, here's the first section. That's not the tutorial section, but it's not really important. It's just to acclimate you to the controls. And then they set up, oh, here is these 4 jars you have to seek out. And here's the people that help. Each one is held by an individual. Oh, each individual is unique and is quirky and different. You gotta handle them in a situation. Oh no, the villain has gotten to each of the items first, even though you made it to the person first and beat them first. The plot still, the villain's gotta come in and swoop up the item to steal it. It's like, oh man.
I could totally see that, yeah.
I
definitely know that there was a, of course, licensed game that came out.
Oh yeah, of course there's a license. There's always a license, especially in this era. Thankfully we don't have to deal with that now, but holy shit, man. So many terrible video games.
Yeah.
Every so often there was a golden gem, but it was very rare. It was when they were trying to make a sequel to the movie instead of an outright turn the movie into a video game. Is basically when it was successful.
Yeah.
But I feel like we're missing something. Winston. Fucking Winston.
Winston. Oh, this death.
Fucking Winston. Like.
So all you could do is salute.
Yeah. Like, it was so anticlimactic. Unfortunately, it's like. It's how he wanted.
I know they don't, but it'd be funny if he just still would always show up in every film, but then die in that kind of the same way each time.
Yes, just get swallowed by the sand.
But he's just in a drunk coma, and he always just wakes back up and gets out.
Oh man,
yeah, like still alive in my heart.
Like I say, he went out in less blaze, but still glory.
Yep.
Oh man. So I think that's it. I don't think we can talk about anything else. The scarab effect. I have to say it does not bother me whatsoever anymore. It's laughable now. Like it's really bad.
Yeah, it's funny if at the time of being a kid and seeing the first because you didn't have effects like this at the time. This was still though this isn't the best of the time, it was still pretty standard of the time. So
it was relatively still new to us. So
it still worked in the idea of it is it can carry over to just oh shit, there's fucking bugs in your skin.
Now it's like that looks like a weird bubble that's moving across his skin.
Hey, it gaslit a bunch of Americans into thinking scarabs do that. They're just dung beetles.
Yeah, because they use scarabs instead of dung beetles. But yeah, that's pretty much it. There were some pretty good deaths, some pretty good practical effects in this. I'm glad they didn't go all CGI in this. It was a good mixture. I feel it was a good blend of both.
Yeah, when they leave a dried up body behind. Yeah, they use usually a practical effect.
But yeah, I'm not watching it again anytime soon, but I wouldn't mind. I know I probably wouldn't, but if anybody wanted to watch this movie this year, I wouldn't mind watching it with them.
Yeah. It's definitely one of those movies I'd watch it again with someone else who'd especially if they didn't see it.
Yeah, and I will be watching this again in the future. I mean, why not? It's a good little romp, good little time
Definitely
waster.
better than its sequels.
Oh yeah, we're not gonna review them next. We're definitely gonna wait for those.
We'll let that happen naturally.
Yeah. I mean, it's probably gonna happen this year since we've already started this, but.
Mm-hmm. I like that
My...
we watched 2 movies with I can't remember who that actor is.
Nachios.
Yeah,
Nachios.
I forget
Yeah,
that because he plays in a lot of things, especially if there's kind of like he'll play Spanish and like Arab roles, and
yeah. I
Egyptian
mean,
roles.
he
I
went
don't know
out
what
in a
he
good
actually
way.
is.
He went out
Yeah.
in a good way in this, though. He went in a badass way. All I know is he was the museum curator, and in a very shitty one at that.
Yeah. He's part of the secret society though, so.
Oh, gotcha. Alright, so, yeah, that's pretty much it. I don't think we can, talk about anything else. If you've been listening this long, thank you so much. Please like or comment dislike on the video and share it around. Subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. Do you have a sign-off, Spooge?
Hey, if you want us, I mean, is the Mummy something you're interested in? Maybe we'll review the Mummy movies sooner if there's a demand. Put it in the comments.
Alright, and this will be a bye-bye.
Whoa.
I loved the whole sand wall trick. It was beautiful. You bastard.